Unlikely things to hear in a school assembly.
New school rule from next term, there will be running in the corridors because we've had to sell off the gym. So, Ofsted inspection this morning, so burqas off.
OK, the next topic is commercials that never made it to air.
Try uniform dating, because with the way government cuts are going, pretty soon it could be the quickest way to get a policeman to your house in an emergency. Buy little wine, because poor people shouldn't have to drink cider.
Things you wouldn't hear on a kids' TV show.
And on today's Horrible Histories, a 1970s episode of Top of the Pops. Let's see what's happening over at the Magic Roundabout. Yep, more dogging.
The next topic is unlikely things to hear at Euro 2016.
And England go through on penalties. And the crowd invade the pitch and the French officials have surrendered. And the Swedes are out. He really should have worn tighter shorts.
Unlikely lines from a children's book.
And the beautiful woman was cursed to sleep for 100 years. And that's your defence, is it, Mr. Cosby?
She didn't do it. Don't boo her.
I will never tell you my name. You will have to guess my name, said Rumpelstiltskin, really holding up the queue at Starbucks.
OK, the next topic is things you wouldn't hear on a quiz show.
So the final round on OAP quiz is sudden death. Boom!
First subject is things you didn't hear during the election.
And representing the Conservatives, Theresa May. I do not make U-turns. But more importantly, I do make U-turns.
OK, next topic is unlikely lines from a cosmetics commercial.
Would you like lashes with more volume? Lashes! Want that football hooligan a broad look? Why not try oil of ole, 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 ole?
Unlikely things to hear on the radio.
And this week, an unlikely entry at number 10. It's the DUP. In traffic news, we're hearing of a nasty helicopter crash on the M4. Let's go over to our eye in the sky. Mark? Mark? You're listening to Radio 3. Ooh, someone's got ideas above their station.
OK, the next topic is bad things to hear during a medical exam.
Mr. Jones, I'm going to need you to have more fibre in your diet because my hand's completely stuck. I'm happy to be able to tell you that unsightly lump on your breast is Callum Best.
Unlikely things to hear on a history documentary.
Here we are at Warwick Castle, home of one of the biggest scandals in British history. £4 for a pencil sharpener. And if you want to see what this place looked like 200 years ago, then you probably voted leave.
OK, the next topic is unlikely film trailers.
Vin Diesel stars as a man angry about premature ejaculation in Fast and Furious. Russell Crowe stars as a man who devours his wife and is then really pleased with himself in Gladiator.
Things you wouldn't hear on a fitness DVD.
Yoga, it's just stretching for twats. Can you feel the burn? Then I recommend cranberry juice.
Okay, the next topic is things you wouldn't read in a romantic novel.
Mr. Darcy is the most eligible bachelor in the county, said Mrs. Bennet, and he's hung like a fucking cart horse. Christian Grey turned to her and said, I'm going to make you feel pain like you've never felt before. And he put Ed Sheeran's Galway Girl on repeat.
Rejected exam questions.
Welcome to your French exam. It's exactly the same as your English exam, but with tongues. What is the sexiest of all the dance moves? Please show your twerking.
Okay, next topic is commercials that never made it to air.
Immigration. Loves the jobs you hate. Introducing the new BMW hemorrhoid series, because eventually every arsehole gets one. Mr. Kipling makes exceedingly good cakes, and he's not a bad shag.
Unlikely things to hear on a TV police show.
So, according to this, the suspect was 5'5", red hair, glasses. How pissed was I last night? You're going down for a very long time, because I did it for you on your birthday. For the benefit of the tape, the suspect is a really lovely bit of rough.
Okay, the next topic is things you never hear on daytime TV.
Something a bit different in today's episode of Countdown. Susie Dent is actually going to be playing the game. Let's see how she copes without her fucking dictionary. And this week on Location, 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 will Kirsty and Phil finally find that garage to bang in?
Commercials that never made it to air.
Special offer must end soon. Anton Deck, buy 2, get 1. Want a blush that lasts all day? Watch 50 Shades of Grey with your nan. Heavy periods, wombs, other women's things. Right, now the men aren't listening. The revolution starts at dawn.
Okay, next topic is things you wouldn't hear in a medical exam.
Now, you may feel a slight itching sensation because I forgot to put my gloves on and I'm absolutely riddled. You're constipated. Well, that's because you've only got 3 weeks to live. Only joking, but you're not constipated anymore, are you?
Unlikely things to hear at the World Cup.
And Portugal have beaten Spain and Saudi Arabia have beaten a woman for wearing shorts. So it's Panama's first time at the tournament, but they have been doing FIFA's accounts.
Next topic is things you wouldn't hear in a charity appeal.
British Red Cross. Just 3 adjectives to describe the average UKIP voter. For just 50p, Dara O'Brien will toss you off in comic hand relief.
50p?
50p, there's no way I'm paying that.
Give me a quid at least, I'm classy. Kiss him and everything.
Robin needs clean, cold water and something nutritious to eat, because last night he got shit-faced. The Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, the only charity looking after the needs of Cockney women.
Unlikely movie trailers.
This summer, Captain America, Hulk and Iron Man sing Kumbaya, while Thor shows you his new hammer in Avengers Assembly. Jesse Eisenberg is Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network 2. This time, it's personal data.
Okay, next topic is Things you wouldn't hear on a cookery show.
You can, of course, make your own pasta if you've got too much time on your hands, you pretentious prick. If you're having trouble whipping them up into stiff peaks, have you tried gently cupping their balls? These ginger nuts are soft and chewy and I can't stop going back for more. And the rest of the honeymoon is pretty good too. Love, Megan.
Unlikely things to write to TV channels.
Dear ITV3, why don't you just bite the bullet and call yourself ITV Poirot? Dear Channel 5, I recently very much enjoyed your programme called My Penis is So Big It Is Killing Me. Please could you pass on his phone number before I'm too late?
Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to hear on a travel documentary.
It's amazing what you can pick up in this market in Vietnam. For instance, I've got herpes. This is a very volatile geezer. So do remember that before you interview Danny Dyer about Brexit. Amazon Basin. Delivered last Friday, already leaking. 2 stars.
Rejected exam questions.
Please open your biology question books where you will find an image of the male sexual reproductive organ. Mr. Tyler keeps doing that, that's why we've had to let him go. What is the value of pi if you've just seen the bloke at Greggs pick it up off the floor?
Okay, the next topic is unlikely lines from kids' film and TV shows.
Yes, Piglet, I know you've been playing with poo in the woods because you stink and it's all over your hands. It's the family with 11 fingers and 12 toes. Yes, it's the Inbreadables. What is Peter Rabbit doing in the garden? Mummy was sure she'd left him in her bedroom drawer.
The next topic is unlikely agony aunt letters. Things you wouldn't hear at a party conference.
So, we'll be having one speech from a Remainer, a speech from a Brexiteer, another speech from a Remainer, another speech from a Brexiteer, and then Boris Johnson will drop his trousers. So that's in, out, shake it all about. Right, it's the Green Party conference, and now it's time to break for lunch. Who ordered the veal?
Fair. The next topic is unlikely lines from a TV detective show.
After 7 very tedious seasons, finally things pick up on CSI Salisbury. Everybody get down, because this is disco.
Things you wouldn't hear on a history documentary.
Now, while this may look like an ordinary car park in Leicester, this is actually the final resting place of my hymen. Before dawn, the carts would all come out to collect the bodies. That is until the day that Prince Philip finally handed in his driving licence.
Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in hospital.
The good news is your blood results have come back clear. The bad news is blood shouldn't be clear. Now, you have pneumonia. Would you like to keep that or gamble for the big prize?
Unlikely lines from a thriller.
So I got a message from the kidnappers. They said that if I hand over Aunt Esther, they'll give us back the children. Yes, it's an Esther ransom. My ass is on the line here. Would you like me to take it down so you can hang the washing up?
Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to hear at an award show.
And the Duke of Edinburgh Award for driving this year goes to Ant McPartlin. And the winner of the Origami Award goes to...
unlikely lines from a horror movie.
Here's Johnson! Oh, so your name's Hannibal and you're a cannibal. So what does your friend Hedophile do? They call me Jigsaw because you have to be desperately bored to do me. These worms are actually edible and are a really good source of protein. Yet Brian still refuses to go down on me until I've seen a doctor. And you can tell when the rare Irish bullfrog is ready to mate by its distinctive buzzing sound. There it is.
Things you wouldn't hear over a tannoy.
This is cashier number 5. Can I get a price check? Can I get a price check for 1 large tub of Vaseline and 1 cucumber? Oh, it's OK, he's gone. Hello. This is your pilot speaking. Just to prove that I am not too drunk to use the tannoy, Jeff.
OK. Next topic is unlikely lines from a blockbuster movie.
Welcome to the Hunger Games. Or as it's also known, London Fashion Week. I think this could be the beginning of a very beautiful friendship. Look, he sent me a dick pic.
Unlikely things to hear at the Royal Variety Show.
At this point in the evening, I'd just like to ask the members of the royal family to put their rifles away as I welcome to the stage the cast of The Lion King. Welcome, Ginger, Baby, Sporty, Posh, and the other one. Yes, it's the royal family. No, Liz, why don't you shut the fuck up?
OK, next topic is unlikely things to hear at a wedding or funeral.
Yes, I know it's traditional for the bride to have something blue. I just don't think you should have dug up Grandma. At least George died doing what he loved. Heroin. Bride side or groom side? I don't know, I'll fuck them both.